Rosa is a 6-star Besieger sniper. She's available from both headhunting and recruitment, with the recruitment tags being Top Operator, Ranged, DPS, Crowd Control, and Sniper. Keep in mind, to get 6-star ops from recruitment, you need the Top Operator tag, which is extremely rare. Rosa, real name Natalia Androneva Rostova, has no combat experience whatsoever, which makes sense since she is of noble birth and was a student during the Chernobog incident. She stands at 174 centimeters tall, was born on the 31st of October in Ursus, and is of the Ursus race, specifically a polar bear. In her archive files and promotion record, it's noted that Rosa is from a line of nobles that have fallen from grace. Quickly integrating into the life of Rhodes Island, she's quite indifferent to the question of other status and the social hierarchy. Most view Rosa as a polite young lady who displays maturity beyond her years. In the past, nobles could rely on their family to ensure stable prosperity, but in the modern era, their once royal and noble status is being challenged by business owners and politicians. In Colombia, for example, a lesser noble is not as wealthy as the general manager of a company, causing some to convert their land ownership into a dollar value. The change is extremely slow in Ursus comparably, at least before the Great Rebellion. According to Rosa, the Rostov family, her family, was one of the few new noble families that arose in the Great Rebellion, along with Count Boris, the mayor of Chernobog. The two families got along quite well till the Chernobog incident happened. After the doctor gained her trust, Rosa spoke of her experiences during the Chernobog incident. Mephisto gathered all students from nearby schools when the incident started, transferring in a group of noble children under the control of Reunion. Rosa was forced to take a disgraceful role, with her accounts of the incident being so appalling that some even doubt the authenticity of her claims. But some of the key points in her description give support to her stories, such as Mephisto moving out and the relaxation of control over the students, happening simultaneously. When she and the other USSG members joined Rhodes Island, some incidents did occur, mainly tying into Rosa's noble upbringing, as most noble folk are trained in politics, economics, land, technology, and war, not menial labor. It was hard for Rosa to adapt at first, doubly so for the disdain felt towards nobles, especially Ursan ones. The weapon Rosa uses isn't really a weapon at all. It's a small-scale siege engine used to bridge gaps in intercity warfare. Rosa supposedly found the siege engine when wandering around Chernobog with the others, looking for signs of life. Though functionally useless, the USSG brought it with them as a way of intimidating anyone who may try to fight them. At Rosa's request, Vulcan modified the device to be a long-range offensive weapon, akin to a harpoon gun. Rosa is confirmed to be uninfected. She has a cell originum assimilation of 0% and a blood originum crystal density of 0.15 parts per liter. The notes in her clinical analysis say that prior to the Chernobog incident, Rosa had little to no originum exposure, but was exposed to a lot of it during the incident itself because of the catastrophe. She should be placed under observation due to the BOC density. In her character art drawn by Skade, Rosa wears a white, button-up, collared shirt with dark blue tie, underneath a white button-up sailor uniform with a red and blue sash, dark blue and white coat with a big red bow on her left shoulder, small dark blue ushanka with the symbol of Ursus on it, black tights, white high-top lace-up boots, multiple black belts on her coat, a bag in her right arm, and the siege weapon mentioned in her promotion record, which has a red sling attached and a large spike inserted into it. She also has heterochromia. In her voice lines, voiced by Reina Ueda, who also voices Jiro, Taguchi, Shizuku Kawakami, and Misato Gori in Tokyo Ghoul, Mallow in Pokemon, Jasminka Atoniko and Marjolaine in Little Witch Academia, Lily in Recovery of an MMO Junkie, Goblin Slayer's sister in Goblin Slayer, Akane Shinjo in SSSS Gridman, Kano Shiori in Demon Slayer, Ruri in Dr. Stone, Kisa Soma in Fruits Basket, Kyoko Otomo in Kaguya-sama, Juna Doma in Realist Hero, Ariel Anemoi Asura in Mushoku Tensei, Reize in Chainsaw Man, Sonia in Spy Family, Leon Irvine in Michelle, Methode in Freerun, Rain in Konosuba, Cha Hei-in in Solo Leveling, Pengi in Grand Blue Fantasy, both Carcano sisters in Girls Frontline, Izumo, Imibite, and Gloucester in Azure Lane, Gray in Fate Grand Order, Ganyu in Genshin, Cordelia Glenbrook in Triangle Strategy, Mint in Octopath Traveler 2, and Sparkle in Honkai Star Rail. Rosa is polite in how she speaks and cares for the rest of the USSG.
こんにちは、ドクター。改めて、ロドスにお礼をさせてもらえるかしら。私と友人たちを受け入れてくれて、ありがとう。もう支援部でたっぷり休ませてもらえたし、そろそろジマーたちの仕事に加わらせてちょうだい。昔は欲しいものは何でも手に入る。なんて無邪気に考えていたの。大半は確かにその通りだけど、そうでもないものもあることを今なら知ってるわ。ええ。私一人の力ではどうしても手に入らないものなの。どのような仕事でも一度私に任せてみてくれるかしら。大丈夫よ。あの出来事を経験してから、いわゆる貴族のメンツなんて私にとっては一番どうでもいいものになったもの。今の私なんてジマーたちと同じように保護されている普通の学生に過ぎないわ。ドクター、チェルノボーグのことについて知りたいのなら、私からは少し違う視点を提供できるかもしれないわ。一階の学生に過ぎないけど、生徒会長ともなれば一足早く大人の世界に触れることができるの。ドクターもわかるでしょ？イースチナのように自らを麻痺させるような娯楽を排斥してまで知識を追求する人は、私が通っていた貴族学校でもほとんどいなかったわ。もし彼女が私と同じ学校だったら。いえ、そんなことを今考えても何の意味もないわね。一度の悲劇で全てを恨むのも、一度の喜劇で全てを愛するのも、一面的な考え。そういうものかしら。ドクター、あなたはこれからの全てにどう向き合っていくかはもう決めているの？私はどうやって向き合えたらいいの？もうよくわからないの。ドクター、ぶしつけかもしれないけど、一つお願いがあるの。ジマーたちの心のケアをもっと気にかけてもらえないかしら。今の生活に馴染んだように見えるけど、本当はそうじゃないって私は知っているの。私ですら時々あの日々を思い出すことがあるから。ドクター、あなたには理解できるかしら。私は被害者と言える立場だけれど、ある時はその場に陶酔してしまっていて、またある時は無自覚に加害者側に立ってしまっていた。私は自分のことを一生許せないわ。ドクター、大人になれば簡単に忘れられるようになるのかしら。もし私が大人になったら自分を許せるようになるのかしら。ドクターのように成熟した大人になったら、心の中にある嫌な感情をうまく処理できるようになるのかしら。
At E2 level 90 with max trust, potential, and module, Rosa has 1,755 HP, 1,266 attack, 167 defense, 0 resistance, a 66-second redeploy time, 22 DP cost, and has an attack speed of 2.4 seconds. Her range is the standard range of a Besieger sniper, that being the 2x5 grid with one gap tile in between and a 1x3 grid in front of that. At max trust, she gets plus 110 attack. At max pot, she gets minus 2 DP, minus 4 seconds to redeploy, plus 34 attack, and a buff to her second talent. Her first talent, Bone Piercer, at E2, when Rosa attacks a heavy enemy, she ignores 60% of its defense. Enemies with 3 weight or higher count for this effect. Her second talent, Ideal Student, at E2 Pot 4, when Rosa is in the squad, all USSG operators gain plus 10% attack. Rosa has 2 base skills, with one being unlocked at E2. Her first base skill, Student Council President, when Rosa is assigned to the Control Center, plus 0.05 morale per hour for all ops in the Control Center for each USSG op there as well. Her second base skill, Prestige, when Rosa is assigned to the HR office, plus 20% HR contacting speed, and for every 1 contact made, there's an increased chance of obtaining USSG clues. Rosa's first skill, Attack Up Gamma, gains SP from attacking and is manually triggered. All levels last for 30 seconds, with level 7 starting with 10 SP and needing 35 SP to proc, while M3 starts with 15 and needs 30. At level 7, Rosa gets plus 60% attack. At M3, she gets plus 100% attack. Her second skill, Split Shot, gains SP over time and is manually triggered. All levels last for 60 seconds, with level 7 starting with 45 SP and needing 80 SP to proc, while M3 also starts with 45 but needs 65 to proc. At level 7, Rosa gets plus 60% attack and her attacks hit 1 additional enemy. At M3, she gets plus 90% attack. Her third skill, Avalanche Breaker, gains SP over time and is manually triggered. Level 7 starts with 12 SP, needs 34 SP to proc, and lasts 7 seconds. M3 starts with 15, needs 30, and lasts 8 seconds. At level 7, Rosa gets plus 10% attack, and she immediately fires harpoons at the 3 heaviest enemies within her range, binding them and attacking them once each second during the duration of the skill. At M3, it's plus 25% attack, and she fires her harpoons at the 4 heaviest enemies. Rosa has an SIE-X module, named Siege Equipment Training Device, which increases attack to 115 when she attacks a heavy enemy. At module level 3, Siege Equipment Training Device buffs Bone Piercer, making it so that, when Rosa attacks a heavy enemy, she ignores 60% of its defense and deals an additional 60% attack as physical damage. She also gets plus 90 attack and plus 45 defense. To unlock and max out her module, you must have Rosa at E2 level 60, have 100% trust with her, deal a total of 80,000 damage with her own Rosa, 3-star stage 7-9, deploying your own Rosa and not having any other sniper operators, have 12 module data blocks, 60 data patching strips, 20 data patching devices, 2 polymerization preparations, 3 G32 steels, 4 crystalline electronic units, and 300,000 LMD. Rosa's main purpose is for dealing with those really annoying tanky enemies, like the ones that stun your defenders or need to be blocked by a defender, taking up their entire block count. Her range is massive, allowing her to be placed in the very back, reducing her risk of being targeted and damaged, with one of her talents having her ignore enemies' defense, her S2 hitting up to 2 enemies and lasting 60 seconds, and her S3 binding, dealing damage over time and hitting up to 4 enemies in her range. The downsides for Rosa are double-sided. Firstly, we have the downsides of Rosa herself, that being the range that can be harder to fiddle around with in some maps, her S2 having a long cooldown time to counteract the long duration, high DP cost, slow attack speed, and frankly, meh S3. The other side is the new besieger on the block, Tautifons, being extremely good and much better than Rosa, as Tautifons has an infinite duration S2 that stuns, and an S3 that's a boss killer. Because of this, the rare usage of besieger snipers pre-Tautifons, Rosa is low priority to build, if any. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other As Your Lane and Girls Frontline videos as well. There will be a teaser out tomorrow for next week's character and story summaries.